Hello, investigators, and welcome to Until the End of Time. My name is Veronica. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, I'll be showcasing Amanda Sharp, the student. There was a very nice comment on the tier list video asking about a little bit of Amanda Sharp gameplay because she is an investigator that can be quite tricky to grok. And I think her power level really depends on how much you lean into abusing her ability and really showing off how much you can break with the game with her. Felt like an interesting topic for a video, so here we are. Amanda Sharp, the student, has 2s in all of her stats, 7 health, 7 sanity, and her ability is Forced. At the start of an investigation phase, you draw a card, you discard the cards beneath Amanda, and then you choose a card from your hand, place it beneath her. At the start of the skill test you're performing, you commit the cards beneath Amanda Sharp if able, and you don't discard it when the test ends. So basically, you pick one card, you put it underneath her, and you get that card for every skill test until you put another card beneath her. Her Elder Sign effect is a +0, doubles the icons, it is pretty irrelevant. So I decided that I'm going to do 9 XP, and for this deck I have picked what I think is a pretty good baseline of effects to really showcase how powerful she is. So for starters, we have the skills. Perception is amazing for drawing lots of cards. Eureka, kind of same thing. Eureka only gives us +1 on a test, which is a little bit more tricky, requires a bit more setup. Perception gives us +2 when investigating, so we're testing at 4 at the bare minimum, which is usually enough to get through at least the lower shroud locations. Using deduction multiple times is one of the most broken things you can do with her, especially upgraded deduction, though we are playing 2-player, so that's less relevant here. And then we have Promise of Power and Inquiring Minds to help with wild icons. In order to make the most of these skill tests, we want to, of course, spend the least amount of actions doing other stuff than skill tests. So Hiking Boots, Pathfinder, and Shortcut let us move without spending an action. Only one Pathfinder, only one Hiking Boots in order to get by with the 9 XP I had. I have a single copy of the upgraded Wit in Green. I have the Segments of Onyx. And I have one copy of Dream Diary, Dream of a Child, which is the version that gives you extra wild icons if you have at least 8 cards in hand. I'm pretty sure we'll get to show this card off in a bit. Otherwise, practice makes perfect. Let us find practice cards from our decks. I've got a plan. Let's just deal with the rogue enemy. Magnifying Glass just helps us boost our Investigate, which is really nice. I've put in some lab assistance. I don't know if this is correct because we really do want Witten, but getting some extra card draw can help this deck get off the ground, and the scenario I'm playing kind of favors lab assistance. I didn't want to have one ally. Dream Anoxic Serum is just fantastic. It lets us increase our hand size for Dream Diary, and it also just lets us stockpile cards we need for our big combo turns. And then Correct the Case is the best economy in the game right now. I think maybe Fussy Bark is also really good. I'm surprised that this hasn't gone to boot yet. Let's put it that way. Alright, so this is the list. I'll put a link to this list in the description as well. But it's actually like, I went out of my way to make a pretty straightforward deck. I wanted it to be pretty simple. To that end, there are 4 cards I think that some people were asking why aren't those in there. And the short answer is because I didn't want to put more XP and thus more weaknesses in the deck. Grizzly Totem is very strong. It just gives you a additional icon, which is not as relevant, but also lets you draw a card. And since you're going to be committing cards literally every turn, this is going to just draw an extra card a turn. Unrelenting is possibly even more broken than something like Perception. It just lets you draw 2 cards without caring whether or not you pass or fail the test. You can also use it to make very difficult tests easier by sealing very difficult tokens. Perception upgraded gives you even more card draw. And finally, probably most meaningful, is Ancestral Knowledge. I couldn't justify spending 6 of my starting XP, of my 9 XP on this, but this is a really powerful card for getting a kind of jump start in Amanda, right? It lets you start with 5 skills set aside. You get to draw one every turn, so you're never going to have a problem getting those skills in the first 5 turns. And by that point, you should have drawn enough cards that you can basically always have your skills. So yeah, those cards are not in right now. We're just trying to make do with 9 XP, which I think is a good showcase, because I actually think Amanda doesn't need that much experience. Like, obviously, her deck is going to get a lot better if we have a little bit more XP, we put some of these cards in, but she should be powerful even with just this. On the other side, I picked up Kamani Jones. I wanted to do Threads of Fate for the scenario today. Threads of Fate's one of my favorite scenarios to do standalone. It is super fun. It really lets you showcase different kinds of investigators. And I also had a little bit of a challenge for myself. So recently there's been a lot of discussion around the card, I forgot to pull it out ahead of time, about the card Stealth Level 3. So Stealth Level 3 Let me grab it real quick. I can never find anything in this. There it is. Okay. Stealth level 3, very powerful with Kamani, because the way it works is you can get a free evade, basically, but it has all these drawbacks. But the way that Kamani works is you can use their reaction ability on the second evade. So basically, you evade an enemy once normally, then you stealth evade them, you use the reaction on the stealth evade, and so the enemy would be not exhausted, etc., but instead they're just discarded, which turns stealth into this bonus action, also a difficulty reducer, which also just like lets you deal with enemies very quickly, which is very powerful. And a lot of people have correctly pointed out that this is like a very powerful card, but some people have been saying like it is just a must-buy in Kamani, and you can't really play Kamani without Stealth 3, which is something that I disagree with, but I didn't have enough like practice with, so I decided to put together a 14 XP Kamani deck, because Kamani does get that 5 additional experience, to try and see if I can make a Kamani deck work without Stealth 3 and still feel like powerful and useful. So the scenario, let's get the Threads of Fate. The map is, I don't know why, but I don't like the layout that it does, because the layout it suggests in the book is like this, and for some reason TTS has it set up differently. So if you haven't played Forgotten Age before, Threads of Fate, one of my favorite scenarios in the game. It is basically, we're running around Arkham, we have these 3 different acts that we are trying to pursue. We can choose ourselves where to go first, what is important, but basically we have one act deck that cares about the Relic, we have one act deck that cares about Alejandro, and we have one act deck that cares about Ichitaka. So for this, I'm gonna say Alejandro has the Relic. Let's go Alejandro on her own, and let's have Ichitaka. I'm trying to pick options that I don't usually pick. Obviously, if you're playing through a campaign, which options you pick can have big like add-on effects for what route you're taking and stuff like that. We're not doing that, so we're just kind of taking. I'm picking choices that I think will be interesting. Here's our Chaos bag. Don't forget, TFA has that -5 in there. I'm gonna definitely forget. The symbol tokens are not too interesting. I think it's all just -2. The Cultist and the Tablet are if you don't succeed by at least 1, you do a thing. And the other thing is if you fail, lose a clue. Skull is amount of doom on enemy in play. Alright, I hope I've set this up reasonably well. Obviously, I'm not going to go into depths of what the scenario is doing, because this is not like a playthrough of Forgotten Age. And yeah, one last thing. The reason why I'm doing 2-player instead of solo Amanda, I think Amanda is actually a pretty powerful solo investigator. There's a playthrough by Drawn to the Flame through solo, Think on Your Feet. I don't remember the episode. If I think about it, I will put the link to the first episode in the description. But I figured that for showing off how powerful cards like Deduction are in Amanda, it would be easier if I had 2 investigators, so I have more clues to pick up. And I'm also just a little bit more comfortable playing 2-player than through solo. So yeah, let's get started. Opening hand for Amanda. Alright, this is not bad at all, but it is missing a couple of things. So, the things that I really like here, Hiking Boots early, very nice. It's going to give us a lot of free moves when we get that last clue. Magnifying Glass early, also fantastic, because we just need that intellect boost. Deduction early, great. This is going to be possibly, though I know the scenario ahead of time, so I know that this is a very low shroud location, I know this is a very low shroud location. So, in theory, my first turn could be put Deduction under Amanda, play Hiking Boots, play Magnifying Glass, investigate, clear out 2 locations, like the first turn. Second Onyx, we do not care for this in our opening hand, we want to find that later. And Obscure Studies is Amanda's signature card, so it is a 3-icon event. You can play it when you initiate a skill test to return the card underneath her to your hand and place Obscure Studies beneath her. So you basically get 3 wild icons instead of whatever you had there before. I have opinions about this card. I think that a lot of the time I see, and no offense to Frank from Drawn to the Flame, but I see people playing this card just for like, oh, I guess this is nice here, but it's like, no, when I use Obscure Studies, it's because I want to save whatever very powerful skill card I placed underneath Amanda, not because it's just like, oh, it's another +3. If I want a +3, I just commit this, or, have more icons in my deck, the effect of Obscure Studies to me is getting the card out from underneath Amanda so you can reuse it again. So we're going to mulligan these two. We're going to mulligan Whispers from the Deep. Okay, we got a bunch of Perception, which is actually fine. It's not perfect, but what this does let us do is probably use a Perception on turn 1 to help pass with one of these two deductions that we're probably playing, and then hopefully draw into something better. So let's make sure we shuffle that. I haven't shuffled the Kamani deck yet, I bet. So for Kamani, 14 XP, we've taken Streetwise. I haven't played with this card since it was Untaboot. So I'm kind of interested into seeing how many shenanigans I can get up to. And I've taken, as you can clearly see, I've taken Dirty Fighting, I've taken Easy Mark. There's a bunch of other stuff in there. I don't think we need Backstab early. I kind of like just keeping this. We're a little tight on money, but Cigarette Case is just like great for drawing more cards, and Dirty Fighting is one of the best cards in this deck. It gives us +2 while trying to fight, parlay, or evade with an exhausted enemy, and we get a free fight whenever we do so. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do it like this. Well, this is our opening hands. I think Kamani's off to a little bit of a slower start, just on account of not having a lot of money, but here we are. Alright, so the first investigation phase starts. We're going to draw a card. No, okay. We're going to discard the card beneath her. There's no one there. And then choose a card from your hand and put it underneath her. I'm just going to put it over here. So we have a deduction now. So we... oh, and also revealing Rivertown. 1 Shroud, 2 clues. Alright, so first action. Let's play Hiking Boots. Get +1 agility. And when we get the last clue from a location, we exhaust it to move to a connecting location with at least 1 clue. Let's play a Magnifying Glass fast. So now we can test at 4v1. Succeed. We discover 2 clues. Because we just discovered the last clue from our location, we get to trigger Hiking Boots. We get to move to Easttown. 2 Shroud, 2 clues. While we're here, we can reduce the cost of each ally we play by 2. It's a really powerful effect. I don't love 4v2 here, so I'm going to commit a Perception. 6v2. Okay, well, would have worked out anyway. Draw Perception, or draw with Perception, and get 2 more clues. If I haven't sold you on the fact that Amanda's pretty powerful, this was I feel like a pretty good, example turn 1. Alright, over to Kamani. I think we're just going to draw first action. Okay, calculated risk is not bad at all. Let's do 1 more draw. Okay, so I put Small Favor in this deck. I don't think it's a great card, but I put Small Favor in the deck to deal with Acolytes, because this scenario has a bunch of them. And they can spawn in kind of annoying places, so being able to, take them out remotely is kind of nice. Last action... I think we play the Cigarette Case. Hoping to draw, an enemy or an Agility Treachery for turn 1. Alright, upkeep. Practice makes perfect. Watch this. Well, we at least have some skill cards over there. Doom on. Brotherhood Cultists. Alright, this is a Kamani card. 2/3/2 Humanoid Cultist with Hunter. It gets +1 fight, +1 evade for each Doom on it. When you initiate an attack against the Brotherhood Cultist, you place a Doom on the Brotherhood Cultist. And then Words of Power. Put Words of Power into play in your threat area. While there are 1 or more enemies at your location with Doom on them, you cannot damage those enemies or discover clues at your location. That is no problem. So at the start of the investigation phase, we have to do our thing. Let's see, we are currently at Easttown. Can we advance any? Yes. We can do the search for Alejandro. I think I'm going to put this Perception underneath me. Oh, sorry, I have to draw a card first. Oh, well, that changes things very slightly. So this is Whisper from the Deep. This is our signature weakness. This skill I can subtract from your skill value instead of adding to it. When choosing the card to place beneath Amanda Sharp, if it is in your hand, you must choose it. This is not a huge deal as far as weaknesses go, in my opinion. It can be annoying, but because it doesn't stop you from just committing it normally, if you draw it at any time other than upkeep or right here in her force trigger, there's often going to be a window for you to commit this to some other test, at which point you don't have to deal with this for an entire turn. Alright, this does mean that we want Kamani to go first, and unfortunately we're going to have a little bit of an awkward turn here, on account of the whole not being able to deal with this Brotherhood cultist right away, but that's fine. We'll move over here. We'll pull the Brotherhood cultist off of Amanda. And let's evade committing watch this for 3 resources. Let's see, that puts me at 6v2. I don't think I need a manual dexterity here. -2. -3, excellent. So I gain 3 resources. Is that correct? Yes, that's correct. And evade the Brotherhood cultist. Unfortunately, we're lacking in the extra action. And we didn't succeed by 2, so we don't get to draw off a secret case. Alright, over on Amanda's side, unfortunately, the Whispers from the Deep means we don't really get to do much useful, but the good news is that we can just, do other stuff with our turn then. We're going to advance the search for Alejandro. We are in East Town, and we get Henry DeVoe, friend of Alejandro. Put him into play at Velma's Diner. Action, choose and discard a card from your hand. Parlay, you discuss Alejandro's whereabouts. Test Intellect 3. If you succeed, place a clue on this card from the token pool. Henry sits at the counter sipping at a cup of black coffee. Alright. Well. I think we're going to draw a card. Very nice. I think we're going to walk over to the diner. East Town's connected to the Velma's Diner. You kill some time at the diner, listen to the conversation from patrons around you, gain 2 clues from token pool, limit once per game. For 3 actions. Okay. I think we're going to just draw another card with Amanda and just trying to hope to get set up. Alright, so that's turn 2. A little bit less impressive than turn 1, but that's usually what weaknesses do to you. Oh, we got a gun. Very nice. Alright, Doom on. Encounter cards. It's another Brotherhood cultist! Uh-oh. And it's shadowed. If there are no cultist enemies in play, take a horror, shadow, gain search. Otherwise, find the cultist enemy nearest to you. Place 1 Doom on it. And test Willpower X, or extra enemy fight value. If you fail, take 2 horror. It's fight 3 now, because of the +1 horror. We didn't draw any of our guts, so we're just going to have to test this. -2, if you fail, lose 1 of your clues. Well, we didn't have any clues, so we just take 2 horror, which is a lot. Alright. So, notably, Kamani can't backstab these cultists right now because of the Words of Power, but they are pretty reasonable at just evading them twice. So let's try that. Let's evade. We're 5 versus 3. I'm going to throw in this manual dexterity. Oh, sorry. Before we do that, we are actually supposed to. That's one of the downsides of Amanda. She has that weird start of investigation phase trigger. You have to pick your timing. Unfortunately, we're in a bit of a pickle here, but I think we can put Eureka underneath us pretty easily. Because we have +1 from Hiking Boots. We would get +1 from Eureka. We can probably evade this cultist, no problem. Alright, sorry. Forgot that trigger. Now back to Kamani. So Kamani evaded with manual dexterity. Auto fail. Let's evade again. 5v3. Succeed. We'll draw a card with Figure Case. Hey, there's Leo. We're going to pay 4 and play Leo because we are still at the location that we can discount our allies by 2. We're going to use Kamani's free triggered ability to engage. And we are going to evade, triggering Kamani's reaction ability. So we are now testing at 7, intellect plus agility. And if we succeed by 3, we automatically discard this. So we are basically testing at 7 versus 6 because it gets +1 evade. However, we're going to commit this calculated risk. We have taken 4 actions this turn. So 11 versus 6. Why didn't anybody tell me to put Streetwise in there? Okay, well, this cultist lives to fight another day. Unfortunate. We got Leo down. I think we'll be fine. Let's try to evade this Brotherhood cultist. So 4 versus 2. Of course, we draw the +1 there. Okay, so we got to search the top 3 cards of our deck. Pathfinder, Inquiring Mind, or Practice Makes Perfect. I'm gonna do a little bit of a unusual choice. I think I'm gonna take the Inquiring Mind, because I think actually that's the card I'm gonna throw away here. So yeah, for my second action, I'm going to parlay with Henry because I have to discard a card for that. So I'm just going to throw away this Inquiring Mind. It's not that it's not a good card, but it's just the 3 locations we have in play right now don't have any clues on them. And by the time I will need this again, I will hopefully have cycled my deck. I am then going to play Practice Makes Perfect and make sure my deck is shuffled before I do that. So search the top 9 cards of our deck for a practice card that we can commit to the skill. That we can commit to this test. Our top cards are 2 Dream Enhancing Serums, 2 Lab Assistants, Dream Diary, Promise of Power, or Deduction. So right now we are at 3v3. We could put the Deduction in, but I think we're just going to go with the Promise of Power. And so if this test succeeds, we get this skill to our hand instead of discarding it. It does. So we add a clue to Henry. Promise of Power goes to our hand, and Eureka trigger. Let's get a Laboratory Assistant, because we're probably using that on the location next to us. Speaking of which, we do have a shortcut. Oh, I kind of like the idea of actually leaving this location because the cultist is here, the Brotherhood cultist. So, yeah, I'm going to shortcut out. Move here. And last action, play a Lab Assistant for free because discount the allies by 2, drawing 2 cards. Very nice. And we also get +2 hand size. Alright, let's go to Upkeep. D's ready. How are we doing on hand size here? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're still fine. And Agent Fletcher. Kamani's not having the best of starts. Okay, but Words of Power only affect those enemies, so we just backstab Agent Fletcher and be fine there. Doom on. Counter cards. False Lead. We have to test Intellect. If we fail, we have to drop some more clues. I don't mind dropping a clue or 2 here. And I'd rather not take another curse. But also getting an extra Eureka trigger kind of nice. Yeah, I'll try on the Promise of Power. -1, we pass. We get the trigger Eureka one more time. I really want the Dream Diary. But Dream Enhancing Serum also a pretty good card. The secret must be kept. Peril. Test Willpower 3. If you fail, take a damage and a horror. For each active deck the investigator is completed, skill test gets +1 difficulty, deals +1 damage, +1 horror. Okay, we have not completed any of the acts, so this is... Sorry, we have completed 1 act, but we have not completed any active decks. So this is just a difficulty 3 test, which we pass. Nice. Alright. So, start the investigation phase. Let's... What am I going to commit here? I think I'm going to commit the Perception. And my plan is to shortcut over to downtown and start, like, getting these locations. First, I want Kamani to deal with their problems, because they've got some stuff going on. First up, let's evade the Brotherhood cultist. 5 against 3. -1, succeeds. I will immediately engage them with my free triggered ability. Then let's try to evade... let's try to evade Brotherhood cultist again, committing Promise of Power from Amanda, because they are at the same location. So this is, again, 7 versus 6, effectively, with Promise of Power 5 over. Curse, -3, perfect. So just real quickly doing the math, this is a -5, so that would leave me at 6 versus a difficulty 3 plus succeeding by 3, which means this is discarded by Kamani's reaction ability. I get to draw a card, and I get rid of one of these curses in the bag. Alright, things are looking a little bit better now. Let's swing for the fences and backstab Agent Fletcher. 5 against 2. Cultist, -2. We succeed by 1. Agent Fletcher is killed. And then for the last action, let's skedaddle before this Brotherhood cultist catches up to us and move over to downtown. Downtown, the first bank of Arkham. As an action, we can gain 3 resources, limit once per game. It's 3 shout and has 2 clues. Well, let's take Amanda there, shall we? Shortcut. Let's investigate here. We are testing at 5 versus 3. Let's pray practice makes perfect. Just realized I should probably have played the Dream Enhancing Serum first, but here we are. We'll find deduction and commit it. Succeed. So we get deduction back to hand. We draw a card. We discover the last clue at this location. So we will play both Crack the Cases to give both of us 3 resources. And we will Hiking Boots over here. I feel like I should maybe slow down a little bit and explain what happened there. Maybe you'll get it. Again, deduction gives us an extra clue. When we discover the last clue location, Hiking Boots lets us move. Crack the Case gives us money equal to the shroud value. This is part of why Amanda is so cracked. And the nice thing is, because practice makes perfect, we get the deduction back in hand. So next turn, when we want to clear out north side, we can use that. For now, though, we're going to pay 3 for a Dream Enhancing Serum. And you know what? I think I am going to just investigate, because it's a waste to let a good perception. We don't want to waste the perception. Skull, -0. We'll draw a card. And we're asleep. Okay, so Narcolepsy is a weakness, multiplayer only. Can't take action, trigger abilities, or play cards. Action, wake up, which somebody else has to do. And when you take damage or horror, you also discard it. Alright, so enemy phase. This cultist hunts. Let's go to upkeep. Oh, that is the best card in the game. Doom on. And counter cards. The door is locked. And it's an Acolyte. Acolyte which has to spawn at a empty location and is threatening to be an Ancient Evils. So let's put him over there. And this is exactly why I brought Small Favor, so I'm very happy with that working out right now. Let's first action move over here as Kamani. Second action, wake up Amanda. Third action, we're going to have to spend some of the money that we really We don't have a lot, but we're going to have to play Small Favor 4. So we're using the second reaction ability to increase the cost by 2 to change at your location to at a location up to 2 connections away. Notably, Words of Power means that we cannot deal damage to enemies at our location with Doom on them. But we can hire somebody to gun down this Acolyte sitting in the Chauvet. And then, so we moved, we woke up, we played Small Favor, and for our last action we're going to try to open this locked door. We're 1 over. I really need some money. I think I'm just going to put 2 resources into Streetwise here and hope that I can draw more easy marks. So we are at 8 versus 4. -1. We'll draw a card with Cigarette Case. Come on, easy mark. Nope. Okay. I forgot to do the Amanda thing again, but also... It says you cannot trigger abilities, but I'm pretty confident... I actually don't know. Does Narcolepsy prevent you from triggering force abilities? I kind of feel like it shouldn't. Let me pull up the rules real quick. Because that would be very funny, but also I kind of think that that's not how that should work. I should pause. Okay, I looked up the ArkhamDB page on abilities. Notably, forced abilities are... The forced and triggered abilities are only free trigger, reaction, or action abilities. So yeah, it is not a... Forced abilities are not triggered abilities. We don't have to worry about it. So yeah, I should have done this, but I already said that I was going to put deduction underneath me, so, you know. Did I remember to draw a card? I think I did. See, this is the problem when you start having rules question halfway through a scenario. Right, so let's investigate with Inquiring Mind. We are at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Succeed. We get 2 clues here. Let's investigate again. And now I'm going to play Obscure Studies. So when I play this, I return deduction to my hand, put this underneath me. So I basically get to use deduction again some other time. Because there's only 1 clue left here, so why wouldn't I? That passes. I get this. I get a free move, so let's hiking boots over here. North side connects to the Curiosity Shop. It spawns with 4 clues, and while you're at the shop, reduce the cost of each relic asset you play by 2. I don't know if I have any relics, because the Dream Diary is a charm, but it is definitely what I am playing here. So the Dream Diary is one of the more I think it's just secretly one of the more powerful cards in the game. It basically gives you, when your turn begins, it draws you the essence of the dream, which is basically an unexpected courage that keeps coming back. It gives you 2 wild icons. But this version of Dream Diary also says, well, I have at least 8 cards in hand, it also gets an additional 2 wild icons. There's a bunch of shenanigans you can do with it, but the short version is just that it's a great way of having icons on tap all the time, because Amanda's 2s in their stats become less of a problem when you have powerful skills to compensate. This cultist keeps hunting us, and we go to upkeep. Another lab assistant. And an offer you can't refuse. I'm going to have to draw a new random-based weakness, because I'm not actually allowed to have that one. And Atychiphobia. Sure, that's fine. So when we fail a skill test, we take 1 horror. That is kind of scary, but sure, we'll take that. Alright, so everybody upkeeped. We doom on. We are now in the witching hour. Conspiracy of Blood. This is a freebie, because it makes the attack agenda get -1 doom threshold, and we can parlay with cultists to remove this. However, when the current agenda goes, this also goes, and it is already at its witching hour. And on Wings of Darkness, it's the Night Count Taxi. So we test agility 4. If we fail, we take damage and a horror, and we get dumped back at Rivertown, which is actually not the worst here. The main challenge here is that with Atychiphobia, it's going to be 2 horror, which is a lot. Cultists. Okay, so it's 2 horror and 2 damage. That's fun. And now we're over here. Okay, let's see what we're doing with Amanda first, because I'm always forgetting that trigger. So we draw a card. Because we drew a copy of a card we already had, we get the Remanence Serum. We unfortunately don't get to chain it, but that's still pretty nice. And let's put deduction underneath her and try to clear out the shop A today. Or this turn. Let's see. So we have a ton of clues already. I think, given how much Kamani is getting like beat up, I'm kind of on Kamani should clear their weakness and run over to Henry, maybe? Let's see. Because Kamani doesn't have any clues yet. I was kind of leaving those up to up to Amanda. Let's draw 1 card first. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like... Yeah, I kind of like the idea of drawing some cards and then getting rid of Atychiphobia. With the idea basically being we're going to deal with this cultist soon enough. Although Amanda also has 2 I've Got a Plan at this point, so maybe that's just a play. Anyway, moving over to Amanda. She's going to investigate. Oh, sorry. At the start of her turn, she gets an Essence of the Dream, which I think I'm actually not going to commit to anything right now. Yeah, I'm just going to investigate. Commit this Laboratory Assistant. So we're at 4 versus 2. Very nice. Huh. So I don't want to commit the Essence of the Dream, because if it's still in our hands when the investigation phase starts, we can put it underneath Amanda, and in that case we get an entire turn of 4 stats. But also, is that really that important? It's not, because we don't have 8 cards in hand, so let's just investigate with it. There we go. That's another location cleared. And now we have to make some choices because in order to advance, we need Rivertown Miskatonic University, which is here and here. I think Amanda's staying where she is actually the best spot. So I'm just going to draw a card last action. Okay. Enemy phase, let's pull this here. So I'm kind of hoping for another On Wings of Darkness here. If Amanda draws one, we can plop her over to Rivertown and just bypass this cultist altogether. If not, you know, whatever. Oh, Pathfinder's also really good. Okay. This is 8 cards in hand, right? No, this is 9 cards in hand. I need to discard something. Let's discard this. Well, no, that has a willpower icon. Let's discard this gun. We're having major money problems. I did not put enough money into this Kamani Jones deck, clearly. We advance. Shuffle at the Sun's Peak. The town is bustling. Blah, blah. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. If there are only 2 act decks in place, we put a Doom on the agenda. Well, don't worry, we have only advanced 1 agenda, so we're still very much starting. Wizard of the Order. Ooh. Kamani, I'm gonna need you to pull out... and a Hunting Night Gaunt. Oh, that is real unfortunate. Alright, stuff's happening. Doom on the Wizard of the Order. Let's start with Amanda's trigger. Is it just going underneath me? Yeah, I think it is. Alright. So I think Amanda's going first. Get the Essence of the Dream. I wish I could play Pathfinder, but need a little bit more money for that. Let's walk over here. Brotherhood Cultist engages us. Let's play I've Got a Plan, which puts a Doom on here. So now we are testing at 3 versus 3. Commit Essence of the Dream. Commit the other I've Got a Plan. 6 versus 3. +1. This thing is killed. We get a Eureka trigger, which draws us the last segment of Onyx. Because we drew a card we already have 2 copies of, we'll draw another card. Put a horror on the lab assistant. So that was 2 actions. I'm going to shortcut here, and I'm going to spend an action to gain 3 resources. We're trying, we're coping, we're managing, we're in a bit of a pickle. Evade the Night Gaunt, 5 versus 1, succeeds by 0 because the token gets doubled. Immediately engage it again. 5 versus 1, sorry, 7 versus 1. That's not enough to succeed by a lot, but we do draw a card. Do I try again? First you don't succeed. Build your deck differently. Let's try it again. Nice. So that's discarded. And at this point I'm kind of just sick of it. Let's play Easy Mark. Damn it. I was really hoping I was going to chain him. Alright. So that's my turn. Let's go to Upkeep. Alright, that's in the deck as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can get rid of a small favor. We don't have the money for that. Doom on. Encounter cards. False Leads. Wish there was a clue at this location so we could Inquiring Minds. Yikes. We don't really have a way around this one. Yeah, we're just gonna have to take it on the chin. -2. We were at 3, thanks to this Eureka. So we discard 3 clues. Or drop 3 clues. That's a bit of an oof, but also it's not like the worst in the world because we don't actually need that many clues to advance here. Hunting Shadow. Either take 2 damage or spend a clue. We will gladly take 2 damage. Alright. And then, right, a doom on the wizard, which needs to get dealt with, and then a mana trigger. Right, so the plan here is if I play Pathfinder, I can move to Easttown, play Witten for free there, which is going to give us +1 intellect for the rest of the game. And then we can probably start heading over to Henry and start doing stuff there. We don't need the clues that are on our location right now. Yeah, I kind of like doing that. So let's have Kamani go first. And so for Kamani, I think the choice right now is Dirty Fighting or Grappling Hook. Grappling Hook is going to give us more actions. Although right now it's actually not giving us more actions. Let's just play Dirty Fighting. Dirty Fighting gives us a +2. It also gives us a free attack, although we don't need that right now. Let's walk over here. This automatically engages us. Let's evade it. 5v3. Or sorry, 5v2. Succeed by 2. So we're going to draw a card off of that. Automatically engage this. We're not going to fight it, but we are going to evade again, and we get +2 skill value. So this is 9 versus 4, effectively. Could throw in the calculated risk, but we don't need to. And it's discarded. Alright. Moving on to Amanda. Let's play Pathfinder. Let's try and get one clue here. Oh, this is also in our hand now. Because... No, we don't need this clue. Let's not get this clue here. Pathfinder over here. Spend 2 to play Witten, which, because we control a tome asset, +1 willpower, +1 intellect. And I think I'm just got... Well, I don't have to walk because next turn I just get the Pathfinder there for free. So let's draw a card. Nice. Alright, that's upkeep. Deduction. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Damn it. No, that has way too good icons. Let's throw out a Guts. We've seen some of the willpower treacheries already. Another Hunting Night Gaunt. How fun. And Shadowed. There are no cultist enemies in play, so we take a horror. Oh, actually, wait, this is not Peril. Let's you handle this one. There are no cultist enemies in play, so Amanda takes a horror, and this surges into another Shadowed. Oh no. Into a Words of Power. Excellent. We don't care about Words of Power in this scenario, basically. Yeah, so Kamani definitely going to go first here. Let's... is there any advance here? No, it's at the location to the south. Okay. In that case, we're just going to engage this off of... Oh, sorry. We have to do this trigger first. Draw a card. Let's put Essence of the Dream underneath us. Alright, then over to Kamani. Engage this off of our friends. Evade. -2. Put a Doom on the nearest cultist. There are no cultists in play, so no worries. We don't succeed by 2 because it's doubled to -4. Evade again. That succeeds by a lot, so we get to draw a card. See, there are good cards in this deck. They're just not like... the order of them has been all messed up. I'll move in here. Okay. Amanda will Pathfinder into here. And try to parlay with Mr. Henry. Test Intellect 3. We are currently at... Well, we're 1 off of, of having the +2, but we are at 5 right now. Let's do 6, 7, 8, 9, adding a curse token, because there are still curse tokens in the bag. Okay, -2, we succeed. Part of the reason I'm doing this is also because when there are 2 on here, we must immediately advance, and there is a version that spawns an enemy. Okay, Henry's information. We put the town hall into play, and now we are on Alejandro's prison, which means that that location gets +2 shroud. I think spawns, yeah. And when there are no clues on it, we advance. So, and then this is out of play now. We don't want to do that just yet, because when we do that, it's going to empty out the act deck, and when that happens, things get more difficult. So Kamani got a free action. They'll move back to East Town. I think Amanda's also going to move back to East Town. And we're going to go to Rivertown and advance from there pretty shortly. Hey, let's just move there. Been a bit of a disappointing turn, because I was expecting that to be the enemy. Or rather, I was anticipating that to be the enemy, and given that it didn't happen... Oh, but there is one thing. We do get the trigger Witten here. I don't know if there's any relics or tomes for her to get anymore, because I think we drew everything. Yeah, we drew everything. Alright. Bit of a shame there. Alright, upkeep. Hey, Greg the Cave, that's a card we desperately need here. Second Dirty Fighting, we don't need that. Doom on. Encounter cards. On Wings of Darkness, we are literally already there. We have 7 cards in hand again. Damn it. But we are on Agility 5 currently. So let's commit this for 6. Nice. And draw... Let's not draw Narcolepsy voluntarily. Let's draw the Obscure Studies. And it's an Acolyte. Let's put the Acolyte over here. Alright. Amanda first, as in the dream, gets put set aside. We put deduction underneath her. Oh, we also draw a card. I think I actually just want Amanda to go first. So we are currently at Rivertown. So we'll spend 4 clues. To reveal the Black Cave. Put it into play. At the end of your turn, if you are in the Black Cave, you must either take 1 horror or choose and discard 2 cards from your hands. We put a new location into play. I think we're out of things to find, but let's just check. There are no cards to find here. Let's... that's the wrong one. Let's Pathfinder into the cave. Oh, and our objective here is we can only advance by clearing out the Black Cave. So we're moving in here. We are investigating at 4, 5 with the deduction, 6, 7. That's a -1. So we draw a card. We get 2 clues. Let's investigate again, committing the lab assistant. Oh, also, sorry, this is supposed to be in our hand now. We drew that. Okay. Let's advance. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Discard cards from the top of the deck into a cultist enemy. Spawn that enemy into the Black Cave. That enemy is Ichitaka's prey. Okay, this Brotherhood cultist is Ichitaka's prey. Ichitaka's prey gets +1 fight, +2 health, and +1 evade while location with no clues on it. If it is no longer in play, advance. Okay, so we've gotten a bit of a situation here, in that there is suddenly an enemy. I'm going to put a horror token on it to remind us that this is Ichitaka's prey. And we don't want to be here. Oh, but we also get to crack the case for 3 resources. So let's solve multiple problems at once. I'm going to spend 3 resources to put 3 segments of Onyx into play. The item relic Occult have the myriad keyword, so you can have 3 of them in your deck, and if you have 3 copies in play, you can free trigger, set them aside, search your bonded cards for the Pendant of the Queen, put it into play. This has 3 charges. If the card has no charges, remove it from the game. Fun fact, Enraptured is a practice card that puts charges on things and is an intellect icon. It is a very fun pickup if you have the Ancestral Knowledge permanent. I decided not to go for it right now, because reasons basically. And as a free trigger, exhaust it, spend the charge, choose a revealed location, select one. Move to location, discover a clue location, automatically evade enemy location. What I'm going to do is free trigger to teleport over here. This also engages me. And then I'm going to attempt to evade the Brotherhood Cultist using the Obscure Studies. -3. That succeeds. Thanks to Hacking Boots. Okay, so now it's Kamani's turn. Walk in. Play Breaking and Entering. Investigate, add agility to skill value, succeed, you buy 2 or more, you may automatically evade an enemy. -2, we do succeed. We will automatically evade this Acolyte and draw a card with Cigarette Case. Let's engage the Acolytes and try to evade them with 7, 8, 9 versus... I guess I could have had a free fight in there. No, oh wait, no, I can't, because, again, still have Words of Power. Succeeds. This is gone. Let's do this. So this has +1 evade. Oh, but it is a location with clues on it, so it is just a base stat. And it's gone. So when none of its Takas prey are no longer in play, advance. Investigator nearest to the Black Cave takes control of the set aside Ichtaka, the Forgotten Guardian. Remove the remainder of this deck from the game. If another X card is in play, continue playing. Alright, let's give Ichtaka to Kamani. That is a little awkward because we were actually using the bonus action a lot. But we have a grappling hook. Hopefully we can make work of it. Ichtaka as the Forgotten Guardian. We get +1 combat, +1 agility. And adding a victory display can heal her horror. Alright. That was a pretty good turn. Let's go to upkeep. Mysterious Chanting. There are no cultists in play, so we just find an Acolyte. Let's put it in the Town Hall. I should probably shuffle. Hunting Night Gaunt. Annoying. Okay, so first things first, let's do the Obscure Study, or the thing. Well, we don't get a choice. Sorry, thinking real quick. This is an enemy we could conceivably kill with damage. Yeah, let's try this. So let's flash in the 25 automatic. It's a fast, uses 4 ammo. We can spend damage to fight. If the attached enemy is exhausted, we get +2 combat, +1 damage. And after we evade enemy location, we get we get to use it without spending an action. Let's try to evade the Hunting Night Gaunt. Let's commit manual dexterity. So we're 8 versus 1. Cultist, -4. So yeah, we get 2 cards. Hey, haste. Put you in here. Let's just let's keep it here just to keep it simple. We're gonna Dirty Fighting for a free attack, and we're gonna use the 25 automatic for a free attack. And both of these attacks get +2 skill value because of Dirty Fighting, +2 from here. So we're attacking at 7 versus 3. Let's do 8 versus 3. Nice. Let's do 8 versus 3. Very nice. Kill. And then... yeah, so that was 1 evade. We get our action back. We don't have any money, but we have an acolyte that needs to take care of, so let's move into here. The town hall has, after you enter, if you have 4 more cards in hand, choose and discard cards until you have 3 cards in hand. Damn it! Well, this will have to do. Forgot about that little bit over there. Alright. And then the acolyte, evasion strats, let's go. Okay. Immediately engage him again. And let's evade him again. Twice in a row. Alright. So this location had 6 routes. It's a bit tough. We do also still need to recover the relic, which is tricky. On that note, maybe we send Amanda over there first, because I mean, it's not like she's going to be doing a lot of useful stuff right now anyway. With that Whispers from the Deep in her threat area. Yeah, so first action, move over here. Right, it's also a victory point location. We spend, is it 4 clues or 2 clues? Oh, it's just 2 clues. To advance. And spawn, oh! The actually exhibits. After you reveal one of these symbols, take a horror. And then I believe the objective is we have to spend 6 clues in there to advance. Alright. Yeah, we're just kind of in a holding pattern here, I think, because we want to do this with deduction underneath us, obviously. And I guess what we could do, well, we could spend more actions moving, but that just feels like a waste of time. So let's just draw a card. Very nice. Draw another card. Also very nice when you're on a force route location. Okay, so let's go to upkeep. Practice makes perfect. Another easy mark. There's another easy mark in those bottom 3 cards. Let's hope we get it soon. Doom on. Encounter cards. Shadow. There are no cultist enemies in play, so we take a horror and it surges. On Wings of Darkness. Now this could go poorly. We're currently at 2 agility. Do we commit the essence of the dream? Actually, we're only 1 location away from where we want to be anyway. Yeah, this is fine. If we had committed, we would have made it, but also, you know, Amanda has that like 7/7 health sanity. She's just like so tanky. Secret must be kept. Peril, and it's difficulty 4 now. So we're gonna throw in this guts. We're 1 over. Very nice. Hey, it's the other easy mark. Excellent. Alright, Amanda time. Don't draw narcolepsy. Just remember that that was still in there. Suddenly it was like, uh-oh. Yeah, so let's try to do the Amanda stuff first, because I think we can set it up so we don't draw any more cards here. And then hopefully we can teleport Pen of the Queen style over there, so that when we do draw narcolepsy, we don't have to wait for Kamani to move halfway across the map. Move here. I mean, I think Kamani's going to move halfway across the map anyway, but yeah. Investigate. We're going to Max makes perfect. I think there's still a hit in here. Yeah. It's exactly the one I wanted, which is good. There's no cultist in play, so that's an easy pass. Get 2 clues. Again. Easy pass. Play Crack the Case, gain 4 resources. Trigger Hiking Boots, move over here. Let's investigate here. Yeah. We're gambling on a quarter of a chance of drawing narcolepsy here. It's gonna be fine. Everything's fine. All right. First action. Easy mark. second or immediately chain it into another easy mark. Okay, so genuinely, I don't think Kamani can do a lot here, because this is, again, it's a 6 route because of the thingy. I think we're just going to move to East Town so that we can override Ichitaka with Leo again. And also when Amanda inevitably draws Narcolepsy here, we have a 50 chance because we're drawing 2 cards. We're also drawing 1 from her ability. Yeah, we're gonna have Kamani run over there to save it. Alright, take a horror on Ichitaka. We advance. Encounter deck into the... Because we've completed one of the act decks, we have 1 Doom on this agenda when it is revealed. Which is exactly how we kind of drew it up, right? Like, that was the plan. Okay, Conspiracy Blood, kind of annoying, but with how much tempo we have, we don't care. So nobody's home, attached to your location. If there's no clues, it just surges, and then there's no clue, it discards, so it just discards. Secret must be kept. Uh-oh. Actually, we don't really care if we fail this, because we just kill off Ichitaka. It's a good thing, too, because we're definitely failing this. So we take 2 damage, 2 horror. 2 damage and a horror go on Ichitaka, 1 horror on us. Rip Ichitaka. Start of the investigation phase. Oh! We somehow dodged the Narcolepsy. Excellent. In that case, Amanda can go first. Investigate. Let's commit the essence of the dream here. No. We need that for the 6 round in a minute. Let's just investigate. -2. We are at 3, 4, 5. So we do pass that, but if we do not put a Doom on the nearest cult enemy, there are no cult enemies in play. Clear this location out. Let's spend 4 clues. And advance. Put it into play. If it was already in play, add 2 clues to it. Attach the Relic of Ages to the location. If there are 2 or fewer attacks, add an additional 2 clues. So there are now 6 clues in the Town Hall, which is again 6 route. Find the relic. It is now H route. Okay, we have an H route location. This is a now this is a Avengers level threat, I believe, is the appropriate meme to use here. I think this is one of those situations where Amanda. Well, let's see if Amanda can do this. She's going to teleport to the Town Hall. When she enters, she has to discard cards until she has 3 in hand. So discard this, and I think just discard the Essence of the Dream because we get that back anyway. Although, no, let's discard the Proximate Perfect because we know there's no more hits in these 2 cards. Let's investigate with Essence of the Dream. We are at... We're actually not at enough for that to work, is it? Are we? We are at 5 with the Magnifying Glass. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 versus 8. Jeez, this location got complicated. We actually passed that. Nice. So we draw a card from Perception. This is going to be the Narcolepsy. There we go. But we also discovered 2 clues. Deathless clues would be incredible here. Unfortunately, I did not back my intel reports. First action, play Leo for 4. Let me tell you, Leo a lot better when you only pay 4 for him. Move. Move. Wake up Amanda. Guess technically there's like a line where I don't wake up Amanda until after she cycled her deck, but also I think the odds of her drawing it again are not that big. Alright, let's go to upkeep. Oh, sorry, you also entered again, so you have to discard down to 3. Sorry, I'm gonna keep forgetting that trigger. Hunting Shadow, spend a clue or take 2 damage. We can safely spend clues at this point. Wizard of the Order. It's gonna spawn over here, it's gonna immediately get a Doom. Well, I guess Kamani's just gonna be on cultist hunting duty. Okay, so Amanda trigger first. That's not the worst card to get here. right? We're on... oh, I accidentally put my Essence of the Dream into the discard pile. That's not where that goes. Right? Wait, no. I didn't. Then where did it go? Oh, it's got stuck under here. That's where. Sorry about that. Because we get an Essence of the Dream. We're base 4, plus 3, 7, plus 2, 9. I don't like testing at 9, but if we can draw another deduction or practice makes perfect, I think we can win this turn, so let's try for that. The thing that I'm like worried about is drawing Narcolepsy again. Okay, didn't get there. I think I'm just going to try... Do you have any into the icons? You do! And you're gonna have to discard anyway, because you're gonna leave this location, so... and then probably come back, so yeah. Let's test here. So we have 2 base, plus 1 from Witness 3, plus 1 from Magnifying Glass is 4, plus 3 from Inquiring Mind is 7, plus 2 from Essence of the Dream, 8, 9, 10 from You Handle This One. -3, we fail. Because this location has 8 Shroud for some fucking reason. Okay. That's a shame. We just need Amanda to reload a bit is basically what's happening. Kamani. We all know the drill at this point. We don't have a way to deal damage to this enemy, so we're just going to evade them until the cows come home. There we go. I'll draw a card with Cigarette Case. And I'll evade them again. I don't think I need to quick thinking here. Yeah. Actually, wait, sorry. No, I didn't bring Fine Clothes. I forgot this card within the set. I should honestly have brought Deck for Conspiracy of Blood, but, you know, kind of forgot about it. It's fine. Alright. Oh. Is this only your tests? Yeah, only your tests. Okay, that's not that useful then here. Sorry if I'm being a little quiet. I'm like really intense because I now want to win this. I'm like, we have a chance. Oh, come on. Stop killing Kamani. Seriously. They live this. They live this. They're fine. They're fine. They just passed the test. I'm not even worried about it. What are we worried about? I wasn't worried. Were you worried? That's weird. I wouldn't be worried. Fortunately, we had another Inquiring Minds, so yeah. Like, part of me wants the Laboratory Assistant here, so I can draw 2 cards to see more cards, but I also really need this Witten boost, so no, it's just going to be an Intellect boost. Draw a card. Come on, draw a card. Damn it! Nah! Okay. We're still fine. We're still fine. Spend 4 resources to kill this Acolytes. Walk in here, discarding a Backstab. Spend an action to clear the Narcolepsy. And I guess spend an action to get a resource, because we're not doing anything else. Wait, did we shuffle, draw through a deck? Oh yeah, we did, but we put the money, the horror on the Chaka. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I think, I hope we have it this turn, because if we don't, we are in trouble. Secret must be kept. We are on a location with a clue, so Inquiring Mind does help us here. We're on 6v4. Let's throw in the shortcut 7v4. -2. Brotherhood Cultist. That is fine, we're just gonna ignore that. Okay, so draw a card. It's the other practice makes perfect, that's hilarious. So this is the one part where it's like super awkward. We don't really get to put a good card underneath us, but we might not have to, because there are 4 clues on here. I think we can shenanigans a win here. Because don't forget, we have a charge on Pendant of the Queen, and one of the modes on the Pendant is Discover Clue Location. So I'm going to investigate. I'm currently at 5v8. Practice makes perfect 1. Okay, there's because I know that there's, though the reason I'm picking deduction here over the two promises of power. Let me walk you through my thought process here. There were like perception. There was a promise of power. There were two promises of power in there. I know that one of my deductions is in the discard pile. So if because I'm planning on playing the second Practice McPerfect right now, I need to hit something that gives me a bunch of icons, which there are multiple hits in here, like the Promise of Power. And I notably know that I also really could use a deduction. So I was like, I need to make sure I have the deduction on this first hit. Okay, then we just throw, I think, like the barn at this. Let's see. Again, we were at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, but there are curses in the bag, so let's throw in 2 more. That is enough. These 2 come back to hand. This goes into the discard pile. We get 2 clues. I think we just swing for the fences here. Let me do the math on swinging to the fences. So 5, I'm going to be at 11 versus 8. I think that's good enough. Especially because we can be 12 versus 8. Yep, it's good enough. Oh, I should have added a number, sorry. When there are number clues on the town hall, advance. Somebody takes control of Alejandro. Somebody finds the relic, R1. So I won't bore you with the entire resolution, but we cleared every single victory point location. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We completed every act, and we actually have a bit of time to spare. I think Amanda's really powerful. I think this really showcases how much power there is in a tempo list like this. I don't want to go into like a deep dive on how to build her right now, especially after, what is it, like an hour of recording. I'm assuming a lot of people have tuned out by now. If you did make it this far, put a comment underneath this video, because I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I hope you appreciate it. If you want me to show off more investigators, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you until the end of time. Bye!